All right. This is Pop Culture Punch doing the Zoom thing. It might be the it's gonna be the first time, might be the last time. We'll see.
I like it. It's good to see you.
It's what everybody's doing. It's what all the cool kids are doing.
Yeah, we're just as cool as everybody else. So
Yeah. And I feel like I got this phallus device in, in my face the whole time. But
that's a Freudian thing right there. I can't
yeah, I
really.
know.
You don't want to get into that right now. So
No. Got gotta deal with the situation. So Better Call Saul.
yeah, that wraps up Monday night. Probably the best season I have ever seen of Better Call Saul. And probably one of the best seasons of any show I've seen in general. What do you think?
Uh it was different. Um I liked I binge watched up to this point, up to this season. I really liked, even though he annoyed me, I liked the Jimmy and Chuck feud. Like I liked the season where he got him in court and played a trick on him with the batteries. I don't know what season was that, 3 or 4. I think that was 3 because then 4 he killed himself. Spoiler alert. Um,
We're gonna do
so
worse than that. We're gonna do.
yeah. But this season, it was pretty much just Lalo was the villain, the main, or the main bad guy. Um, and I thought it was actually kind of slow up until the desert. So it was 3 episodes ago. So the desert, when Jimmy had to go and get the money for Lalo's bail and all the hijinks that happened in the desert, and then post desert, and then the finale, pretty much.
What I liked about it is people could argue he's not full blown Saul Goodman yet, but he's pretty much there. Like I struggled, and I use that word very loosely with the first like 3 or 4 seasons because it wasn't really based on crime, but more of the Chuck Jimmy relationship and where Jimmy came from and him trying to change, and then now he's accepting that being a scumbag is the better way to go. And I mean, he's a scumbag. He's obviously a good person, just gets tempted real easily and has impulse control. But I like it that it's gone into the whole closer to the Breaking Bad era. We got Salamancas, we got Gus, we got Mike. And I'm not just saying that because I want bam, bam, bam stuff. I mean, it's Lalo has emerged as a very, very powerful character. I
Yeah.
mean, he came in like the last 2 episodes of season 4, and then he pretty much is a terrifying and very charismatic individual at the same time. He's played by Tony Dalton, who up until this point has pretty much done exclusively Latino movies and television. They found him, or they noticed him on some HBO miniseries or documentary, and it let him pretty much have free reign with the character. They wanted him to be charismatic, unlike Tuco and Hector, who are not charismatic. And I think the guy he's going to be, there's going to be gifs and memes of him forever. So, uh,
And I thought I heard that there was no mention of him in Breaking Bad, but I think Saul mentioned his name once.
yes, perusing the comments and reading people, oh, it was great, it was okay, whatever. Because my opinion is swayed by strangers on the internet. It was mentioned several times on the Better Call Saul page that Saul does mention Lalo initially in passing when he meets Walter, like in his office. I think just mentions
Yeah.
him. Also mentions Nacho at some point too, and his ex-wife.
And Nacho's in for it.
See, Nacho's in the worst kind of situation because Lalo is out to get him, and then Gus doesn't want nothing to do with him now. So he's got nowhere to go. If I was him, I would take off, like I've said many times. But his dad is his weak spot. So
Yeah.
yeah, he just. I like how Mike was like, you gotta like ease up on him, and then Gus just basically makes it like 10 times worse with involving him with the hit on Lalo.
Yeah. And Lalo
Yeah,
had to have known, man. Nacho was sweating bullets before the the oil started a fire.
See, I believe he has it. He knows now, like now after this has happened, that Nacho was in on it. I kept thinking he was gonna like catch him, confront him about it. Like, okay, so Nacho's gonna go open the gate and Lalo's already there. Like, what are you doing, buddy? Like some shit like that, or Lalo got the drop on him or some shit. But yeah, I think he is one of the probably few people that have ever gotten Lalo's defenses down where he's willing to be buddy with him. I don't think the guy has many friends. I don't think he needs friends. Um, and Nacho earned his respect, and I think very few people do. So at this point, he's probably like, of course he betrayed me, but he's also like, damn.
Yeah, and I also thought I had a feeling he was going to find out, but I thought he knew, like Lalo knew that Nacho was betraying him from like the get go, and he was just going along with it. So I don't know if because Lalo's a pretty smart guy. Um, so I don't know if he knew the whole time or if he knew. I mean, he obviously knows towards the end after the failed assassination attempt. He definitely knows now. But I thought he knew that, and he was like leading him along or stringing him along to use him for something like to get to Gus. But we will find out. Shoot, 2 years from now.
Well, the longer this COVID-19 shit goes on, the longer they're gonna be postponing stuff. They were gonna release season 3 of Fargo on this past Sunday. Only have 8 episodes done, need 10. So
Oh man, that
that's
sucks.
that's one of my favorite universes or shows or whatever the fuck you want to
Yeah.
call it.
But also, I think the biggest surprise of the season, leading like pretty much found out the last 2 episodes of like Kim's demeanor.
Kim's Breaking Bad.
Kim is Breaking Bad, and everybody thought that Kim was going to be the innocent one, and Jimmy was going to do something to hurt innocent Kim. Either she's going to die or get her arrested, or because we obviously know she's not in Breaking Bad, so something's going to happen. And a lot of fan theories are expecting the worst. She's going to get killed. She's going to get mixed up in the cartel feud, which she is. Um,
She inserted herself into that.
but she did.
She
She
inserted
plainly
herself.
inserted herself.
And she
And
talked to Lalo like most women probably don't talk to him.
no, and Jimmy even tried to get her out of it and to do just to try to not have her involved and but she and then the plan she's trying to execute, even though it's in passing, it's just in
I know.
conversation.
That's
Uh,
crazy.
yeah, so she is trying. She might be in jail. That might be my. She's gonna take the fall or she's gonna do something where she goes away for a long time. So it's either death, she's in prison, or actually be great. That's kind of my now that after this last episode, we'll go with theories that she gets arrested. She's doing hard time, and then in the last season, it's gonna flash forward either the last episode or the last couple episodes flash forward, and either she's gonna get out or she's gonna or Jimmy's gonna go visit her in prison as like a flash forward, and she's gonna be older. Should be like what 15 years, 10 years. Um,
Well, yeah. I mean, and as we're speaking of theories, and this wouldn't be fair, this would suck. But keep in mind, Saul Goodman wasn't the main focus of Breaking Bad. Therefore, if we want to play the game where this was some sort of real universe, we don't know who he's dealing with when he's not with Walt. We don't know where he's going. He could be dealing with Nacho. He could be dealing with Kim. We don't know. Now, we obviously see that there's probably going to be some sort of split, but it seems like it's going to be him doing it. He seemed kind of horrified by Kim's let's ruin fuck, what's his name? The dude's life. I can't think of his name. He's on Black Monday
McGill.
too. Huh?
Not McGill, Hamlin.
Hamlin. And what did the guy do? The guy's been pretty straightforward. He's been pretty nice.
He's a swarmy douchebag, but he's becoming less and less as the season, like this last season. He didn't do anything.
He offered him a job, and that like triggered all that stuff he did to him.
Yeah.
the hookers, the throwing bowling balls at his car because he
Yeah.
offered him a job.
Yeah.
And then that confrontation when he screamed at him, like, like, wow.
Yeah.
Then he warns Kim, and then she's like, let's ruin his life. What the fuck?
I don't know. Going back to the prediction, I hope there's only one season left. That was confirmed. God knows how long it's going to be. It could be 6 episodes, could be 10. Probably won't be more than that.
Remember, with Breaking Bad, they split it into 2 seasons.
Right. God.
They did 5 like 1 year and then 5 the next. So I could see them pulling
dead. They're gonna have to flash. They're gonna have to flash forward.
Well, Jonathan Banks is 73, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like old, but yeah, you never know. I mean, you can be 20 and die if you like put something off for like 10 years.
I mean, we want to see this story, and they obviously teased. So if they go along with this plan, I mean, that's going to be at least a couple episodes, and then the fallback. So they're going to stay in the not present time, but that timeline. But man, they got to spend some time in the future with the black and white. They tease it every year because every year at the start of the season, like, man, I want to know more. I want to know more.
This is what I want. I want them to split it up, actually. I want 5 episodes or 6 episodes of Lalo and what's going on now. Then the last 5 or 6 to be Gene in Nebraska.
Yeah.
And then somehow it's all tied together.
Well, we might have to wait. We might have to wait a long time.
We might not.
They magically already recorded it, and they're going to drop it.
Well, they could do a Zoom show. I mean, SNL did a Zoom show. I heard it was good, and I heard it was horrible. Depends on who you ask.
Yeah, the quality is just stellar.
Jimmy Fallon's doing Zoom stuff where he's like in his house. We're just like them, Jerry. And so Saul can. You have Saul on one screen, Kim on the other, Gus.
This just breaks it. It puts everyone in one level. No one's above anybody right now.
Yeah, just like me, Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah, just like us. But stellar season. I feel like I need to go back and rewatch because I feel like the first couple episodes of the season I didn't do justice to it. So I was either working or it didn't get 100% of my attention. But the last 4 or 5 episodes, man, just the desert episode alone was just phenomenal.
I never realized this until the last episode, but the Don is Avi from Ray Donovan.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I mean, I put it all together. I'm like, shit, that's Avi. That's Manny from Scarface. Like, holy shit. And then it's been him the whole time. Like, fuck, I never realized that. Yeah. Sorry, kids listening.
But yeah.
Do you see also one last thing? No, one more thing. Do you see Gus and Mike? We obviously know they work together in Breaking Bad, and they're not like killing each other. But I see Nacho being a big issue with them. Where Nacho's just an object to Gus, and Mike's still human. You see them having like Mike trying to maybe save Nacho, get him out of town, or something like that. Seems like Mike has a soft spot for the kid. And I say kid, he's probably like late 20s, early 30s.
Yeah. I don't know. There's a lot of things to wrap up in 5 to 10 episodes. So we'll find out. I don't know, 2022, 23, 24.
Do you think Tuco's going to get out with Lalo together, and they're going to like team up and go after Gus? It'll be fucking war.
Yeah. Yeah, they did mention Tuco in the last episode or 2 episodes ago. I can't remember.
Yeah, they made a joke about his mental illness. It's not funny.
I was pissed because the app I was watching it on, for some reason, showed it was an hour and 30-minute long episode.
They were.
And was it?
Yeah.
Okay,
I taped them on YouTube or taped them. Yeah, I used a cassette tape and taped them. TiVo them, DVR. God, I'm fucking old man here.
You're using all the acronyms.
I recorded it with a video recorder in my hand. It was like one-on-one was literally like 125, an hour, 25 minutes. How many ads was that? I don't know.
Well, that's the thing. I think, either way, like the progress bar showed that there was a half an hour left. I'm like, okay, they're going to wrap this up nicely. And then it was over what was the last scene? When Kim did the shoot 'em up fingers.
Yeah.
And that was it. Like, I wanted more episodes. I wanted at least 30 minutes than I wanted, but they ended it on the cliffhanger. Or I
That
mean, I guess
happens.
it wasn't really cliffhanger, just I don't know.
It was fucking Lalo like Terminator, man. Like da 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 da. Saw his fucking that lady dead who cooked for him, and he was like, "This shit got real."
Yep.
That was a great way to end it. Just him pissed off, storming down his property, like, oh, just
That's how he
leaves
ended
you.
it. I thought they ended it with Kim and doing the Saul finger, the shoot 'em up fingers. Isn't that how they ended it? The last
I
scene.
might have to go back. I thought it ended with Lalo like walking across his yard, and then he looked at
Maybe that's what it
his
was.
servant dead, and he had a gun, and he just looked up all pissed off and started walking, and then it just like faded. It was like, oh shit,
Yeah.
oh no, Gus is
Anyway,
in trouble.
so so speaking of Ray Donovan, who you finally caught up. What'd you
Sure.
think? Sure.
It was terrific. I liked
Sure.
I liked the seventh season. I didn't like. I mean, I didn't like isn't a word or phrase or whatever. I liked the fifth and sixth season, but they weren't my favorite. Seventh was like one of my favorites. I would say probably the first two were up there. But the fact that they weren't going to continue after that, if that's what they were originally planning, Showtime, not fair. Like they need
Yeah.
resolution in that show. Wow. I have
Um,
to say, Mickey Donovan is one of the best characters ever in
Mickey
television.
Donovan.
I was
Um,
there.
yeah, that last season was really good. Um, and it sucks because while I was watching it, I was like really getting into it, and I couldn't really talk about it because you weren't caught up. So now I kind of forgot all the details. But I was really mad knowing where they ended it. Knew because I knew it was the last. This was it, and like that's it. Really, that
You
sucks.
basically just have like a song, and it just shows everybody like in their current state, and it just ends. Like it shows Mickey walking down the street alone.
And
It
what's his
shows
name? I forgot
that
all the names already. Yeah, the dude got shot or
dude died.
stabbed.
Fucking narc,
Yeah.
snitch.
Um, yeah. I have no analysis on that because I completely forgot. I just remember I really enjoyed the last season, and I think what I read, and this was before the whole virus stuff, so God knows it'll probably get canceled before it even got renewed. But I thought it was Showtime was going to give them either a short season or a movie, and since
Yeah,
Showtime owns it, it's up to them. I don't think it can go. I don't think. I mean, I guess anybody can pick it up if it gets because it did get canceled. I don't know if just any studio can pick it up.
was Showtime's owned by Viacom, so I would think that anything owned by Viacom, which is CBS, Comedy Central, like Comedy Central would show Ray Donovan.
You know what
But
they ought? Sorry, go ahead.
no, go ahead. I didn't have nothing after that.
I would say, you know what they got to do? Maybe not with Saul, but like with these, shows that are. I mean, Ray Donovan's a masterpiece in its own right. Just animate, just animate these movies. You get the actors in a studio where they're by themselves, just voicing it, and you got plenty of animators and stuff that can work from their home in the studio and just animate it.
I think animation, the only draw to that would be is animation is very expensive.
It's yeah, but
You would think it would be less expensive than hiring actors and filming live action, but I think animation is extremely costly.
I don't know. I would love to see. I would love to talk that with it because just think how much money you're saving on production, on shoot, on rental locations, on rentals alone. You got to rent wardrobes, hair, makeup. I mean, there's a
Do
lot
you
of overhead.
do you
A
want
lot
to
of
watch a
overhead.
Ray Donovan cartoon? Is that what you're saying?
Hey, okay, that's the question. Would you rather?
No, I would not want
Obviously,
to watch a Ray Donovan cartoon.
Ray. Okay, hold on. Ray Donovan cartoon, the cartoon movie, or nothing. That's how it ends.
I'll throw in my wager. Robots. Just replace actors with robots.
I don't
Have the
know.
have the actors safe in their bungalows and have the robots be like, sure, sure, sure. Hey, Tara, give me a drink, Tara. Fuck you, man.
Maybe that
Didn't
would
work.
work. Maybe that would work for comedies, but not dramas. But I'm telling you, if this keeps going on, you might see a lot of animated shorts or movies or limited series.
Everyone's turning to TV and shit right now.
That's what I
But
mean. Like the
eventually, we're gonna
audience
run
is
out.
there. The audience is there. It's either that or it's gonna be like archival like documentary, like the Michael Jordan documentary.
That's huge.
It's
Have you watched that?
huge. I did
Have you
watch the
watched
first two
that?
episodes. Yeah,
Is he dropping f-bombs left and right?
yeah.
Sweet. He's not a cool guy. I mean, he's a cool guy, but he's like a mean guy.
It's gonna get dark. He even
He
admitted it. I
There's
read.
rumors that he fucking rigged games too, man. Like
Yeah,
for
it's gonna. Well, that's
gambling.
why he quit. That's a rumor. That's why he had to leave, and that's why he played baseball. And then he came back because
Mm.
uh, I can't. It's either because he owed his money or something. I don't know. I can't. But yeah, hopefully. Well, everything I read was that it took so long for this to happen was because the people who wanted to do it, like I think Spike Lee wanted to do it, and somebody else, and then because Jordan has all the footage, and that was his stipulation is he had to oversee everything. And
See,
from what
Spike
I
Lee should not do it. He was at every Knicks game during the Bulls era yelling shit at
well,
Jordan.
well, here's the thing, Jordan. This was, I mean, I heard it. I don't know if this is true, but it was reported that Jordan said that they painted him as a hero, and he doesn't want that. He wants the real story.
Really?
Yeah,
He wants the big bad truth.
he want. I mean, I don't know what the whole
Because,
truth. The whole truth,
well, the
nothing but the
story
truth.
is lots of gambling. He beat up players. He would force players to gamble with him like horse,
Yeah,
and like he's just an asshole. Cheated on his wife, which is I don't care if you cheat on your wife, but he was all American Space Jam guy, and
well, They showed it in the first episode that he was mean to the GM, or just made fun of him about his height and weight.
mm-hmm.
Um, but they kind of painted it like it was warranted because he, he only let him play like 45 minutes at a time, and when he first got drafted, uh, I don't know. It's cool though. It's cool though because I mean, I love the Bulls. I think every kid our age loved the Bulls back in that day.
It was it unified everybody.
Not
Be
even
like
from
Mike.
Chicago. Yeah, yeah.
There's
Be like
never
Mike and
there's never been a player like him like that since. I guess you could say Kobe Bryant, maybe LeBron James, as far as like star movies,
it was the whole
celebrity
team.
rings, huh?
It was Jordan. It was Pippen. It was Rodman.
Hmm.
It was I don't know. I guess it was a different
Even lesser
call.
players that were like nobodies became stars.
Right. I
Like
can't
you
think
had
of their
Luke
names.
Longley, Steve Kerr,
There
Tony
you go. Yeah,
Kukoc.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Chicago is a great city to be a star in. It really is. I remember I went to a Bulls game. I actually
Did
saw
you?
Jordan play, but Rodman was suspended. And I wanted to see Rodman because I thought he was cool because he was an asshole.
Yeah.
And I ate a hot dog at the United Center, and it made me sick. It was on Easter. And I was like puking my guts out in the bag on the way home with like my parents flipping out at me. So
Oh
it's
my
a great
God.
memory. Go Mike.
Oh man.
But I can say I saw him. I can say I saw him. I
Yeah.
can leave out the part where I had food poisoning and I'm
Yeah.
traumatized by my parents. But I can say I saw him.
That's good. But yeah, it sucks that you know. I guess at this time, I wish they would drop full series instead of make you wait every week. I was against it, but as like the current situation, just give me the stuff I can eat up because there's 500 things to watch, and now it's like appointment TV. So on Mondays I'll be watching this because I probably won't watch this live. I'll watch it the next day. Um, I guess now Saul's over. That's another day to watch something.
I feel empty now.
Um, Watched a movie this weekend. Watched Parasite.
I saw that actually this weekend as well.
I almost turned it off. I turned it on after a long days of labor. I was manual labor working on my backyard all day, and I was very tired. And I turned it on about 10 o'clock, and I saw it was a 2 hour and 10 minute movie. Sat down, and then nothing but subtitles for the first 5 minutes. I'm like, I'm not gonna make it. And it started off a little slow, but about 10, 15 minutes in, getting into it, I'm like, oh yeah, this is pretty good. and then enjoyed every minute of it. Stayed up and watched the whole thing.
When I
What did you
initially,
think?
did you get it on Hulu?
Yes.
Yeah, I got it, and I had issues with the subtitles, and not because I'm illiterate, but they were just like messed up on my screen. Like
Oh, really?
it was just like too small, and I don't know if it was like Hulu's fault or what, but I messed around with them, and then I just said, screw it, I'm not watching this. And then I started watching it. I got up to work, and I'm like, wow, I can't look away from the screen because if I
Yeah.
look away from the screen, I'm not going to know what's going on.
Right.
If it's like an English show, I can go, okay, oh, I can still hear that they're yelling at each other. I
Right.
just heard what they said. So it forced me to focus. It forced me to be like this versus, you
Right.
know,
Yeah.
and I like that kind of. At first, I'm like, this is not going to go well for me. My
Yeah.
attention span is not going to put up with this.
Same here. Like the first, I don't know, 10 minutes when they were like in their little whatever it was, their apartment, if
Basement
you can call it
apartment.
that. And they're talking about the Rock. I'm like, I'm not. There's no way I'm going to make it through this. And then he was talking to his friend about the gig, and it's like, that's when I almost turned it off. I'm like, you want to watch it tomorrow? Um, like, no, we already turned it on. Let's finish it. At least make it watch halfway. We'll just watch half of it. Like, okay. And I'm watching the whole thing.
I thought it was a brilliant film, and I remember when the Oscars happened this year, it won Best Picture. That they're like Oscars so white because like Joaquin Phoenix, The Irishman, all these white people were nominated.
Mm-hmm.
Parasite is from South Korea, guys, gals.
Yeah.
Why is that not like diverse? Why does that not? Why is I don't know. I love that a film from South Korea comes out and like kicks everyone's ass
Yeah.
because we should make movies like that, not these kablamo fucking films. Because we're
Right.
making kablamo films for Asia, and Asia's making those kind of movies. Does that make? I mean,
Right.
and here's another
Yeah,
thing
but
I wanted to
usually,
go ahead.
usually they. Sorry, just to they those usually don't win. Those we'll call them Marvel movies, but they never win anything. Like
I
Star
don't mean
Wars.
winning. I mean just like as far as attention. Like Parasite would have been ignored. It could have easily been ignored in America, but it wasn't, and that's great.
Did
But movies like Parasite that are like ignored over fucking going to see taking your kid with a rat tail to go see the Avengers. I mean, I know that kids probably don't want to watch Parasite, but those movies get attention over these indie art films. I guess is what my ramble is trying to say.
Now, did Parasite get a theatrical release, or was it straight to digital in
Theatrical.
the
I
states?
remember I was gonna go see Nadir's actually, and I had a work conflict, so it was playing in Ronnie's.
Hmm.
And another thing is, did you know what it was about?
Nope.
I had no clue. I figured it was okay. I thought it was a horror film, and I thought, okay, some parasite thing. I mean, I know why it's called Parasite now, but I had no clue where it was going. And we see trailers that basically give away the whole film
Yeah,
at this point.
I like to do that with everything now.
Don't watch
I
trailers.
don't want to know what it's about. I do like to. The only thing I check is like either Rotten Tomatoes or some sort of score to know it's like not completely horse shit.
Yeah.
Um, but for another example, I watched. Have you ever seen Cabin in the Woods?
Yeah.
Holy hell! What a weird ass movie.
It's cool though, isn't it?
I don't know.
You don't think so?
I don't
Is
know.
that the one where it's like an artificial like world where they set
Yeah.
up the yeah? See, I did the same thing. I think I was like surfing Netflix, and I'm like, yeah, I've heard of this movie, and I watched it not knowing what the hell it was about, and it ends with Nine Inch Nails.
Yes.
Yeah,
That was the best
off of
part. Not even
yeah,
just a
yeah,
regular. That was what's the name of the song? Last.
yeah,
It's one of my broken. Yeah.
off of Broken, yeah.
That's one of my favorite songs, the Nine Inch Nails song. So that was the best part of the movie to me. I don't know. It was okay. It was definitely it was original. It was original and twist um, but at the end of it, I was like, okay. Like I didn't get like, oh my god, that movie was awesome. It was like, it was okay.
I liked it a lot. I thought it was fun.
Yeah.
It was a good time. It was a pleasant surprise of some
But
random thing.
but same like something like that. Like I just went into it thinking it was just another horror movie, and it was completely like I thought like I think I watched it on Hulu when they showed the two guys at the beginning. The guy I don't forgot their name, but they're in Will Ferrell movies and Adam Sandler movies. Those two guys.
Billy Madison.
Yeah, Billy Madison, Eric,
Yeah,
and
it's
the
what you didn't
dad
get
from
out.
Step Brothers. They're comedic geniuses, and they start off the scene with that. They start off the movie with that. I'm like, did Hulu mess up? No, it was interesting. All right, we have 5 minutes. What else? What's the? I don't know. We should name this something. A segment. 5 minute last lap or something.
I saw the movie War Dogs. Todd
Okay.
Phillips, Hangover, The Joker, Jonah Hill,
Is that
Miles
with
Teller.
Jonah Hill?
Really,
I almost watched that. That was on
it's really
something.
good. I
Is
recommend
it?
it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really good. 5 minute explanation or 50-second explanation or 5 second explanation. Basically, gun smugglers, arms traders in during the Iraq War, based on a true story. Very good. Shows Todd Phillips can the Joker. I mean, he made that before the Joker, but that shows his transition into serious kind of stuff. It's really good. I recommend it. Um, I'm watching Waco on Netflix. It's a series based on Waco. Are you familiar with that story?
Yeah. I don't know if we can get this in 3 minutes. Did you hear the Ticketmaster might refund tickets?
Might or it is. I thought they are.
Okay, it might be is. I don't. I haven't. I think it was earlier in the weekend. So really quick, are you going to get a refund for your tickets you have bought?
You know, it's like you talk a bunch of shit and then they call you out on it. I'll take it case by case. I mean, they're talking about opening shit up back up in May, so
Yeah,
we'll
but
see.
a lot of the tours are
I know.
canceled, or at
I
least
know.
they're quote unquote postponed. But here's
So
the thing about
2021.
here's the thing about concerts though. They're not going to push like if you have a first leg, a second leg, a third leg. They're not going to push it all back. They're going to take that first leg and move it to the end. So if you have tickets bought for a tour, so Pearl Jam was in April. I don't know how many legs they have scheduled already, but that was postponed. They might not come back till the end of next year.
Eddie wouldn't do that to me.
But it's logistics. They're not going to move their whole every single leg back. They're going to move the first leg back and keep the second and third leg dates.
Do you see Bon Jovi refunded everybody
Did he?
and said use the money to buy groceries?
Look at good. Well, didn't he have to go through a ticket service to sell his tickets? How
I
is that
don't
on
know.
him?
Probably fake news. No,
Yeah.
some people sell through themselves to get
Oh,
to
okay.
not do scalpers. Um,
I'm definitely going to get refunds.
on all of them,
Yeah.
I have like 30, 30
Well, the
ready to
Rage
go.
one for sure because I want better seats.
Well, that's another thing I wanted. Okay, so real quick,
Two
keep saying real
minutes.
quick, huh?
Two
10
minutes.
seconds. Do I get different seats? Can I get different seats, or am I stuck with the shitty seats I got?
You're probably
Like
stuck
if
unless you get a refund and then whenever they go on sale again, you rebuy them.
what's the time frame? Can I wait till I see what day it's rescheduled on? If it's on a Monday
Right.
night and I'm going to a
Right.
bar mitzvah, huh?
Right. I don't know. We'll
I
find
like to
out.
see like what day it's on, and yeah, because I don't know what I'm doing in 2021. I might be
2022.
2022.
I guess we'll
I
find
might be
out.
trying to kill Lalo Salamanca. I don't know.
Maybe next time we'll know our answer.
Do you miss concerts? I miss concerts though. I really do.
I don't go to many concerts.
I
I know
do,
you go to a lot
man.
more.
Makes you feel young.
We'll get that in our next podcast of what we miss and what we don't miss. So, all right, we're gonna get cut off here, just like we used to get cut off at bars. I'm Jerry. Who's that?
I'm Matt.
And we'll never do this again. Bye.
Really?